on there for just a few seconds, so that way I have something to look at as soon as I start it up.
Okay.
And I'll either.
Or it's the person.
It's the person.
I think
inside.
I think it's like a person inside. Yeah.
Oh, there he got up. Hello.
Okay. That there's no cars in here tonight, so it's a Sunday night, so it's gonna feel like this all night. We're gonna be pretty much the only people out and about. So yeah, let's spread out a little bit and see what we get. And you had a 27 point. What was that?
Caroline.
Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, coat. And I thought a 28.8.
Coat?
Yeah, when Caroline passed me.
I'll help you out.
Specifically, tell me how this mansion.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
But not a mansion.
Wait, what was my question?
I don't think you had a question. I think you were supposed to be looking
Eliza, show yourself. Show me yourself in the garden. The garden, Eliza. The garden. The garden. Let's stand back to back and see if she wants to chat with us. Oh,
I don't
whoa.
understand, but I don't know what I'm hearing.
No, you're walking too fast.
I don't think that.
Walk slower.
I don't know what I'm hearing.
No, like you're hearing static. This is radio stuff. It's like the other ones.
Yeah, but I don't.
So you're just hearing music right now. We're hearing
I
some.
don't know what I'm hearing.
Like, let's see if we can like listen really close and be like, hey, tell me about something.
What happened to the mansion, Eliza? If you don't mind answering me.
Oh, she understands us? She's trying to.
It just says understand.
I don't understand what I'm hearing. It's just static.
Okay, so let's take a look at the. Like, I don't hear anything coming out of it right now, so I'm gonna maybe give you a little bit more oomph on the volume.
I have no idea. Are you here, Ghost? Eliza, are you a fan of me? Yo, Bianca, come here.
Raise your hand.
Hello?
Raise your hand. No, you
Uh-oh.
have to move it. Keep it slow.
I'm keeping it slow, see?
Raise your hand.
I'm raising our hand.
Not you, dude.
Oh, wait.
You're supposed to tell that.
Did you not record this whole time?
I kept saying raise your hand, and suddenly raises your hand.
Okay, guys, wait,
I'm
okay.
supposed to be buying
Raise your
this.
right hand. Raise your right hand.
No, it's just confusing the
No.
Hello?
Oh yeah, it might be.
What happened to the mansion?
Oh, right.
Evelyn.
The limp showed up when I said raise your hand.
Oh, raise your foot. Maybe let's point it this way and tell it to raise its foot. Raise your foot.
It's the gate, so.
Okay, but there could be a ghost in front of the gate, Bianca.
How old were you when you were married?
Raise your foot.
Is it like just the top half of a body? Ooh.
I don't know. I think it's like confusing.
I think it's.
Oh, I think it's like skin and some weird stuff. No, I see.
There's a person right
That's
there.
a tree.
Like,
Where's their person? Oh.
like with a hood.
I want to go over there, but I'm too scared.
Let's go over there. Let's go back. Let's see if we can hear something.
Eliza, how old were you when you were married?
Eliza, show yourself. Oh.
I can't understand any of it. Can you understand any of it?
Eliza, are you with us?
Oh, there's a.
Move a little this way.
I'm gonna ask a new question. What happened to the mansion?
What happened to the mansion?
How's your camera coming?
I haven't seen anything. I saw the gate over there that's a
Yep.
person.
So, again, anything that's in front of something else, wrought iron gates and trees are never your friend, just so you know. Anything with leaves on it,
Yeah.
all those leaves are in front of another leaf.
Yeah.
So, it's not a ghost hanging. Because
No,
always,
yeah.
when I talked to the developer about this, he was like, yeah, it's always going to try to make it look like a person.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep that in mind. What do you got now? Have you heard anything yet?
We're hearing things, but we can't get it.
Any of it.
Wait,
though.
focus
This
on.
isn't the right thing for me.
Yeah, I feel like there's words that we're not catching. Let's like.
What happened to the
I just heard
mansion?
grab a limb and throw him into the pond.
Oh, she has limb.
Yeah, I had limb.
Oh, limb.
Limp is good too, though.
Show yourself to me.
Fire twice in a row.
That's a tree. Hello, tree.
How old were you when you were married?
Eliza, appear. I don't think she likes us today.
What about her maid? I want to go around that.
Let's go around that. Jingle bell, jingle bell. What if we ask her if we can be her friend?
I can't make out any of this.
You're just gonna have to listen.
Oh. Hard. Yeah.
I heard yeah.
Was it hard to be here?
Insane. That
We
sounded
heard
like
insane.
I heard insane.
I heard insane too. Behind the dumpster? Okay.
Avoid.
Avoid. I don't want to be behind her anymore. I don't like avoid.
Your husband you were when you got married.
Is she trying to avoid answering questions?
You guys heard something over there. What was it?
Insane.
Yeah, and then avoid, and then insane.
And then I heard avoid.
yeah.
And then I got it.
Let's go back.
I think she doesn't want
I want to go back.
my question.
I think she liked us over there.
Another minute over there.
So, Eliza, how long were you married for?
avoid,
Let's do a
Eliza?
nice question.
What about Chuck? You want to talk about any of the Chucks? How is it like being a businesswoman? Oh,
I can understand that.
how is it like being a businesswoman in a time that women?
Used to be.
I think it's used to.
Did somebody throwing this?
Oh.
I love a good bop too, Eliza. Now let's in.
Wait, what was
Thanks today on.
Dance? What? Dance? Let's listen number directory?
You're so much better than I am.
Dude, damn, Bianca. Are you catching on this?
You swap this. I don't understand anything of you.
Okay, wait. Stay here. She's getting it. Lock down.
No, that's what he said.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna record going this way. Eliza, show yourself to me.
I don't. Oh.
I think she likes it in that corner.
Yeah.
Was there like, because she said this was like her garden.
Oh, is this the garden?
Well, yeah, he said, no, the slaves are over there. The garden was like from this
I
chapel.
wonder what it looks like to her. Does she see the disheveled mass, or is she still?
Yeah, is she the parking lot?
Liza, what was I supposed to ask you? What was your last name, Liza?
What should we avoid?
Love to know.
I think she likes it. I think this is her garden. Can you
Yeah, it is. This.
ask her if she likes to be here, if she like feels at peace here.
I think we're supposed to speak to her.
What was that? Slow speak.
Does she feel at peace?
I mean, I also don't hear well. Again.
What? Oh, again and avoid. Again, she wants us to ask something again.
So, Eliza.
What was it like being a businesswoman? Boring.
She didn't like it. Damn, wait, so what about her husband? Did she actually like his husband?
Do you love your husband?
Yes.
Champagne.
That's like a
I guess she liked her husband.
I mean, it was a love marriage, they said.
Yeah, I mean,
I
cars
didn't
did
believe
park
it.
here, Eliza. Are you upset that this became a parking lot?
I
What
don't
happened
think
to
she
your
wrote-
mansion?
Do you want to talk about the dry truck? How many trucks could chuck the woodchuck?
Eliza, are you sick of these like dumb people coming to hang out with you? About the mansion.
I don't remember. Eliza,
Oh,
what
when
is
did
your
you
last
get?
name?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that is.
Yeah.
It says Car.
Development? Yeah,
Maybe her last name was Car.
No, I think she's talking about her business to us. Because we're
Okay.
business women.
we like businesswoman to businesswoman. Let's level with each other.
I'll be honest, I didn't get shit.
All right, talk to me. What do we get out of your
When we asked her what the marriage was like,
No, her business.
being a businesswoman, she said boring. She said boring,
Okay.
and we said, "How was your? Did you actually love your husband?" And she said champagne, and that was. all we
And she
got.
seemed to like us in that spot over there.
What words did we get out of that? Just
Hello?
give me the top 2 or 3.
Am I supposed to turn this off
this?
now?
Yeah, go ahead and mute it.
Development, car, desk.
Desk.
Yeah.
It's a business. I think
I think the businesswoman, the desk came around.
Should I stop recording?
Yeah, go ahead. Caroline, when other tourists come in here or people are walking by, you're going to grab that top handle and hold it like a purse and keep it running. We don't want to like be YouTubers out here. So you get really weird about it. All right, so welcome to Philadelphia Alley. I'm actually excited about the phrase "Cup of Joe." That
It's Philadelphia Alley.
it is.
Hey.
I wanted to come here. I had
So-
no idea where this tour was going, but I had this on my list to come here.
Oh, good. Now you're going to get the history of it,
Awesome.
and not just the ghost story, because I
Yeah,
do
I
give a
think
full
my
history of the
forehead's
space. I'm actually taking this particular location out of my.
chokes. That's a little intense.
Should I be holding this a certain
Actually
way?
using it.
Gabriel. That's like a whole word.
That's a name.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of whole words on there. You're not piecing it together. It's not an anagram.
thing. You don't even know what it's saying.
Just the first letter of each word spells in the.
Put together acronyms. We have a G. We have the C.
This is the Wheel of Fortune.
I did read some stuff about this, so I'm.
Should I be putting this a certain way?
All right. Yes. Please do not give me every word. You'll interrupt me every 5 seconds. Okay. Got it. Let's get through the history. So this is called Philadelphia Alley because the city of Philadelphia helped us out of one of our many, many fires, and they had to rename the alley because it was called Dueler's Alley before that, and dueling was illegal. So, so they had to change it. So that's why it's called Philadelphia Alley now. Every ghost tour comes down here. It's part of the reason why I'm taking it out of my route after December, and we're going to be adding in a new space. So tonight, with it being as windy as it is, I don't know if we're going to be testing out that new space here because the new device that I'm using, it's a little sensitive to the wind. It's a new voice recorder that basically hears a frog fart from 3 miles away. Like, it's pretty crazy stuff. So just depending on how the breeze will go once we get up towards that street, I'll kind of make a determination. But anyway, I'm also taking this out because every ghost tour comes down here, and it's kind of a very big cliche. I get a lot of evidence from this location. I hate to give it up because it's also one of my favorite places in all of Charleston. It's, again, always picturesque. I've seen you guys whipping out your phones as soon as we pulled in here. But anyway, Dueler's Alley. That's how the story goes. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. We did hear the phrase "Cup of Joe" on our way in here.
Yep.
So I actually wrote that one down. Anyway, Dr. Ladd. And by the way, if you do hear the song "Brown Eyed Girl" and that's the lyric you hear, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name. We get it all the time.
Wow.
Anyway, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash, and the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. So from Rhode Island, he comes down here to Charleston. He's going to prove that he's not after her money. And on his way into town, the coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay here. It's kind of like having a really bad Uber driver. So he drops her off and says, go inside. There's no gunman inside, I promise. But anyway.
So is that?
Something keeps on flickering. I don't know if it's the trash can.
So I normally look straight down on the bricks only in this location. When I'm
Like
watching
the-
videos. No,
like-
no.
oh.
Just straight down the middle.
Just like here, like that way.
Oh, okay.
The foliage will pick up all the time. So I still try to debunk it. Like I'm always gonna take screenshots. Like that thing takes me like.
Like it looks like
It does.
is walking.
Somebody's just dancing over there.
So if I watch it in
Wow.
double time and if I see like actual movements,
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Oh,
then,
yeah,
then I'm
that's
gonna
cool.
stop and I'm gonna take screenshots and brighten it up to see what's happening.
Do you see?
So little blips like that by themselves, like if it's just a lone wolf, I look at those too, especially if there's 3 dots for a face.
Sorry.
So no, you're on the right track. I like it. So basically, somebody was walking by as Dr. Ladd's getting ready to get out of the coach, and his name is Ralph Isaacs. That was walking by. He sees what's about to happen. I stop on Ralph simply because Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from, Rhode Island. Ralph Isaacs. I was getting RI all the time on these regular spirit boxes, so that's why I bought that little Ouija board device that I told some of you about. I wanted the actual letters, and we have gotten it over the past 9 months about half a dozen times, especially when I bring up Ralph. But anyway, back to Ralph. He tells Dr. Ladd, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. We're going to go to 59 Church Street. I got friends there. They'll rent you a room. You'll be safe. Doc took him up on the offer. Now they're friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's money. She gets wind of this. She's moving down from Rhode Island so they could be married, and Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. Every haunted city you're ever going to visit has a cliched whistling ghost. It's part of the reason why I'm taking this story out of my route. However, we do get things about those whistles. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Anyway, Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They cannot sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats. It's kind of the hierarchy of Charleston. They go see Richard III one night. They're walking home talking about the new actress. The doctor thought she was great. Ralph didn't. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island, and it got really ugly. They go their separate ways. Somebody coming down here? No. It's just, she is like dead focused on like what's going on. So I love it. She got that dead stare. But anyway, so they go their separate ways, but I told you Ralph has friends around town. He goes to the paper, tells his friends to put an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of mentality. Doctor saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to settle this.
So
Remember,
petty.
dueling is illegal, so this is only one of the places where duels actually occurred. And this whole argument started over an actress in a play. Just going to point that out as well. They came down, they took their 10 paces away from each other, they turned, the doctor pointed his gun in the air and shot. He did not want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight. Ralph has his one bullet. He puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Kind of an ugly shot, right? Doc didn't die, but Ralph proved his point that he's pissed off, not willing to forgive. Doc's friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later on November 2nd of 1786 after refusing medical treatment. I'll point out 2 things. It's 1786. Gunshot wounds were a lot different back then than what we know of a gunshot wound now, and he's a doctor. That's why he refused the treatment. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed that out himself, but he failed because he died. Every ghost tour will tell you to listen for the whistles while you're here. We have...
It's a
We're talking guns. Can't stab with a gun.
Well, he stabbed himself to try and
The bleeding.
get out the
That's a stretch.
whatever.
That didn't happen here.
So, with that said, they tell you to listen for the whistles because it's always this quiet. We have a camera running plus my voice recorder. If we're going to get a whistle, it'll show up there. I'm not going to say that we haven't over dozens of times had a whistling part of a song and the word doctor from a commercial immediately after. So it's like a doctor. Like we get it all the time. 4 years I've been coming to this location. This is also the same guy that actually haunts another space we're going to later on, just because that house of 59 Church Street is like 0.2 miles away. He kind of knows where I'm going now. So he's picked up on that, and he likes to intervene with that location as well. So If you're going to try this on your own and try to capture the whistles because you said you wanted to come down here, use the voice recorders on your phone, walk all the way through. I can't take you all the way through because I've actually been kicked out of here. We're going to talk about that because that's the fun part of the story. But keep in mind, every local knows the story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. So if I pass the alley when I'm down here, I always do it. I used to do it every night when my garage was over here, but now I park near my office, so I don't have that opportunity anymore. Here's how I got kicked out of here. Here's the fun part. You ready for this? This is how Nick gets himself in trouble. This alley didn't always go all the way through the way we came in. There was a wall up there, and that's because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. Don't tell me that scared you. I seen you kind of take a deep breath there for a second. Okay.
No, I was just breathing,
So
thinking
imagine a
about how
bunch of cows
smelly
and
it
chickens
was.
down here. This was called Cow Alley before it was Dueler's Alley. So that means that the bricks down at the other side are older than the ones we're standing on. Those bricks are sun-dried from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there and fingerprint swipes and others. I used to take my groups all the way through there just to show the history. Wasn't anything paranormal because that's the last place you're going to find that kid. I treat that brick the same way I do a grave. It was a matter of history to show how far we've come from slavery. However, November 26th, 2020, my entire group of 10 is huddled around that damn brick waiting for something to happen with the gear I gave them. Nothing's going to happen. So I'm trying to shoo them along because it's also outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm just trying to be respectful to the neighbors, not realizing I was out of bounds for tours at that time of night. The new owner of that mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because her dad's getting yelled at and, you know, that kind of thing. So we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving. I worked for Walmart for over 10 years. I'm not doing Thanksgiving. You guys like to fight over towels. I own a company now. I don't have to work on Thanksgiving. The next day was the 28th of November. These dates are relevant. I'm going to get to it, and that's why you need to pay attention to them. But I told my team that night, well, basically I told my partner the next morning, told him what happened. He laughed at me just like my daughter, said, you got to reroute the group, man. You're only allowed to go down halfway. Otherwise, that's the cutoff point for tours. Reroute them. So I was kind of mad. What do I got to do? Reroute them up to the next location. I told my team that night, I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. I know you guys heard the word vampire along the way here. I was kind of like, oh, I wonder if Dr. Ladd knows I'm coming. But again, we're going to be talking about pirates next, in case you haven't figured that out. I did not tell them which pirate. And again, I wasn't a big believer in that story over there. But somebody on a spirit box heard the name Anne before we left. We're going to be discussing the famous female pirate, Anne Bonny.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, oh shit, maybe we're going to get
She's
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
We get up and around the corner. And I told them the little bit I did know about piracy in Charleston. Not much time to research. I had less than half a day. Somebody else heard the number 300. I don't know what it means. I write it down. I do the research. We were there on November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 1720.
Wow.
The exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. So, you guys, that's normally the reaction I get is the wow or a jock draw. I was pissed off. I was like, damn it, pirates. So, here's why my thing with pirates. I have a master's degree in creative writing. Especially when I'm doing this, or even writing fiction, I need facts and data. Pirate stories come from pirate lore, which were written 100 years after the alleged occurrences. I've read more damn books on pirates, watched more documentaries, played video games on pirates, just to get different versions of the story. So, where we're going next, it's a roll of the dice if she'll actually be there. Lower your camera, we have somebody coming by. Perfect. On the other side. Yeah, we're going to be going back out the way we came in. So you can keep that running just like that. Once we exit the alley, Bianca, you can go ahead and unmute your spirit box again. I don't like to disrupt anybody down here. And we're going to go discuss pirates. We'll spread out like what we did at the Pinckney Mansion site, and then we'll kind of take things from there.
Should I be still recording? So it was the same day. Yeah, it was, and Bonnie's trial.
It was my first investigation there with my tours. So I didn't want to go there.
Oh.
Was the whole point.
Should I?
Because I didn't believe anything has ever happened up there
Oh,
enough to
this
bring
is
it.
a different spot, not this spot.
Not
the
the
one
spot.
you
It was
have to
about
move
where
after
we're
this.
going. Yeah.
Oh,
Should I still be recording, or should I be?
Yeah, we're just going up and around the corner. You can do it.
Okay.
Journal.
Oh yeah.
Love. Good job. didn't hear anything. Oh, it's picking up on my shadow.
Description?
Yeah. So I heard description.
Description or prescription?
Hey. Hey.
Oh, what was that? Don't.
I
I
don't know.
know. Didn't leap out
out.
of
The
night.
And I get excited about 2.5.
Didn't leap out of the night. Don't.
Just so you have an idea. It's not a thinking answer.
Prescription or description?
Church is over here. Did we hear anything else besides journal?
Yeah, we heard a lot.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Can I turn it off?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Didn't leap out of the night. Was that the one? Or
Yeah.
Didn't leap.
Didn't leap, and then it was like the night or something.
Tonight and
Night,
don't.
And then don't. And then description or prescription?
What do you think it was?
I thought it was description.
Okay. Always go with your first instinct. Now, prescription would make sense because we just talked about a doctor.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But that's why I said, give me your first instinct. You thought it was description, so we're going to put an axe on the prescription. What'd you get out of yours?
It said the Bible says, and then I heard this place is huge, really loud. And I took a picture of that church, and
Okay.
as I was taking it, these little white things went across my screen. They're not in the picture, but I saw them while I was taking it. What is that or like this?
Looks like you have a rainbow over it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I'm saying there were these like little in front of me, like close to me, but not by the church. It's weird.
You guys have
Personal to you.
figures.
Can't count it as evidence because we don't have it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
definitely personal to you. So unless we have, some kind of media for it,
Right.
you get my point. Did you hear anything else coming out of there?
If it would have been that picture, maybe it would have shown like that when they do that stuff. What do they call that? When
So-
your picture runs for a little bit before it takes the picture.
Yeah, it's like a little one.
Sometimes
two
it'll
second
do
run.
that.
Long
It doesn't always
exposure,
do it.
yeah.
Are you using an Android or Apple? Don't say it like it's about that.
Well, I'm not.
I wasn't trying to embarrass anybody about what kind of phone they have. I'm an Android user and I
There's
hate
no
Apple
one
products.
here.
It actually took
I used
everything
to
in me
have
to
an
buy that
Apple
damn
and I
thing.
hated it.
I like
like
its
this
ghost tube.
That camera only works, I guess I shouldn't say only works, but it works best on Apple products with the LiDAR
Wow.
technology.
Superior.
So that's why we're using an Apple product. All right, so what were the last 3 words before we get started?
Alliance, prayer, and factor.
Prayer.
Yeah, lots of religious phrases here. Told you, once we start hitting that alley, that's when you guys really start hearing it because of the church. We're going to be discussing that little building up there with the crosses on it. Those are not crosses, those are earthquake bolts. So
Oh.
if you're not familiar with those, because you haven't taken a tour in Charleston besides me yet, they're basically turnbuckles. So if we have another earthquake, like what we talked about at the beginning of the night, which we have not, that was 1886, you could tighten the turnbuckles, and it's supposed to tighten the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. So the reason I bring them up is because it's part of the reason why we're here. That's the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston ever put in. You guys have been seeing earthquake bolts all over. Even the apartment building, the big giant brick building, has earthquake bolts in it. You can see them on every floor. You guys have seen them in lion heads and pineapples and all kinds of Charleston charm bullshit. So that's kind of what we do around here. But anyway, the reason why I bring those up is because it's the first set, because that's the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. We're here because that building was being constructed at the same time that Anne Bonny was coming here to start her new life. It is something she would recognize from her own era, if that makes sense to y'all. If you do watch the TV shows and YouTubers, they use a new device called a Boo Buddy. It's basically a teddy bear with a little blinky light EMF meter in there. They use that to attract the child ghost so he would recognize it as a toy. Think of that concept with this building for Anne Bonny. That's why I said it's a roll of the dice if she'll actually be here, because we do have a few others in that same era, just not many. Anyway, the building took 10 years to build. Does that sound like our government small building, 10 years? No, not at all. So our history for Anne starts right in the middle of that construction. Try to follow me here. There's a few twists. I'll slow down on the twist, but we'll breeze through the rest of the story because it can be lengthy if I'm interrupted quite a bit. So Anne moves here from Ireland. Her name is Anne Cormack at the time. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. You guys with me so far?
Yeah.
The 3 of them are running away from her father's angry wife. How pissed was she that she kicked them out of the country by boat? There's no planes yet. They landed in Georgetown. That's between us and Myrtle Beach. Dad bought a plantation up there. Mom dies pretty quickly. means Dad is now sending young Ann down here to Charlestown to sell things from the plantation to keep things afloat, hence the familiar building. Step back to Ireland for just a second. They say Anne was a badass even when she was a little girl back home. At the age of 7, 8, or 9, remember it's pirate lore, nothing is ever going to be exact, they say she killed a servant with a knife to the belly. Can't tell you how many times we've had servant, knife, and belly show up on 3 different devices, and you guys don't know what's going on with each other's gear. Fast forward. The building's done in 13. Pirates are starting to come through Charlestown by 1715. Anne is stoked. She's going to fall in love with one of these guys so she can earn her freedom, just like a man. She's fighting oppression already, right? 300 years ago. So the first guy she falls in love with, and I said first because there's a handful of them, we're going to go over all of them. That's what makes the story so damn good. First guy is James Bonny. You already see where this one's going because I've already told you her pirate name. Dad didn't approve because he's a filthy pirate. They ran away to Jamaica, got married, and Cormac is now Anne Bonny. That's where the pirate name came from. However, when they get down there, she realizes her new husband is not the Captain Jack Sparrow that she was hoping for. This guy turns out to be a spy for the British. He's a privateer and a coward. This isn't who she wanted. A few years go by, she falls in love again. Guy number 2. This is John Rackham, but everybody calls him Calico Jack. This is the guy they based your Johnny Depp character off of, in case you were wondering who this guy is. He has his own crew, he has his own ship, and wants to be part of the crew. Can't put a female on a pirate ship. Does anybody know why?
Bad luck.
Thank you for keeping it family friendly. I get a lot of raunchy answers to that one. But anyway, so you're absolutely correct. So he makes a deal with her. If you dress like the crew, you look like the crew, you could be part of them. She's okay with this because Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy apprentice back home in Ireland to hide her from his wife. She gets it. It's a man's world. But we're all adults here. Let's put 2 and 2 together. She's a lady in his quarters. She's eventually going to get pregnant. You cannot have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. Somebody's going to figure out that she's a girl, and they're going to get rid of Jack as captain because it's a democracy on every ship. They'll vote him off. So he drops her off in Cuba before she starts to show her pregnancy. Says, has the baby here. These are friends of mine. They'll help you out. Come back later. We'll figure it out. She comes back later without a baby. We have no idea what happened to the child. None of my research has ever discovered what happened to the baby. So if you ask, you get an answer. I just can't prove it. She's also coming back dressed as a female. This makes Jack pretty pissed off. Now everybody's going to know he let a girl on the ship. To make him even more angry, she's going to go flirting with the pirate crew that he just captured. They're down below deck. Guy number 3, in case you guys lost track. Guy number 3 turns out to be a female, dressed like a guy to be part of the crew that Calico Jack just captured. So now we have 2 females dressed like, male pirates trying to, be pirates. Her name, Mary Reed. She went by Mark Reed to become a pirate. Her and Mary became friends, possibly lovers. We're never going to really know for sure because of the time frame. But the British find out where they are. They send a fleet of ships to come take down this one little tiny pirate ship. And the rumor is that Anne and Mary were the only 2 pirates not drunk enough to come up and fight with 1-bullet guns, flintlocks. They don't know how to use cannon jets. They haven't been pirates for very long. Obviously, 2 ladies with 1-bullet guns cannot take on a whole fleet of ships. They get arrested. As they're being arrested, she looks at her beau, Captain Jack, and she says, I'm sorry to see you here, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog. The word dog shows up all the time for your spirit boxes, just so you know. The judge wants to see the 2 men that fought back so valiantly on their own with their 1-bullet guns, right? He's already tried and hung Calico Jack and the drunk pirates that wouldn't fight. They're dead and gone. The 2 ladies go in front of the judge and reveal their gender, hoping to save themselves. The judge does not give a shit that they are female. They are still pirates, and he's going to hang them. We plead our bellies, was the last thing they shouted, because you can't hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. He says fine. He delays the hanging, sends them both back to jail. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails out Anne and brings her home. She remarries. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4. We're going to count Mary because we don't really know. She has 4 kids and dies at the age of 84. Very abrupt ending because we don't really know much about her and it's all speculated. So I'm not going to throw, myths and rumors out there. Everything I just told you came from a minimum of 2 resources. I did a lot of homework to make sure it was going to be a legitimate thing. Mary Reed died 5 months later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirates died from in a Jamaican jail. The only thing I'm going to tell you guys here is you can ask whatever you want to. I'm just going to tell you a few things that I left out of that piece of history just so you have something to work with for your spirit boxes. Now, I did not tell you the names of Anne Bonny's parents. That's the father and the mistress. So I did that on purpose, so in case you guys couldn't come up with your own questions. The city where Anne grew up in Ireland, the name of Calico Jack's ship, and the color of Anne Bonny's hair. Those are 4 of the common questions that we'll get here that'll get actual answers. So again, big roll of the dice if she'll actually be here. I'm trying to think. With this, so Caroline, with that camera, the wall behind me is not your friend because it's covered in leaves. It'll look like a whole army full of guys, just so you know. So again, don't get excited about things over there.
Okay.
You and I have already talked about EMF and where we can look for that because again, I don't get excited about it over on the top half. But yeah, let's spread out. Let's see if we got some connection with Anne. Let's get that thing
But we
unmuted.
should be by each other. Yeah, I don't know.
What's it? I think I know the color of her hair because the book I read,
Yeah.
the girl moved
They
to
don't-
Ireland
Yeah.
and she was an animator, so she was making a movie about her, and that's how I know this lady.
What
I'm
was
pretty
the
sure it was
What was
her.
the questions? It was
Color of her hair,
what was the
mother
name
and father's
of parents' names, and then
Name
the
of the ship?
name of the ship, and where
City
she's
she grew up in.
the city she's from. Okay, in Ireland.
Yeah, it's not a U.S. city.
Gonna ask a question, Bianca?
Who was your favorite beer?
I think we're supposed to keep to the question.
No, I think we can ask anything. What are your parents' names? What is your father? Did you like selling here?
Oh, you got a response? What town are you from in Ireland?
Why did you stab the maid
The servant.
in the belly? And what's the color of your hair?
Tell all. And we're here for your tell all.
I want to know what her parents' names are.
Listen, as a fellow young
What was
woman
the
trying
name
to
of
make
the
it in
ship?
the world,
Give us some names, Anne.
How was being a pirate? Why did you settle down? What did you prefer? What was your favorite thing?
I think maybe we should go slower with the
Oh,
questions.
sorry. I'll go slow.
And what is the color of your hair? Convince. Oh. Convince what? What do you want me to convince you of?
I don't see anything.
Ballad? Candy?
Jared. I heard Jared.
I heard Jared.
Is Jared your father's name?
Did you hear Jared?
Was it? What? Mercedes.
Could be the mother and father's name, Jared and Mercedes. I don't think I'm gonna. Oh, that's a tree.
We're in a parking lot.
Tonya, raise your hand. Yeah, I could tell.
What?
Let me see it. Just because she heard something that wasn't related to what we talked about.
Think.
It's been really quiet since I got in here. Like,
Anything relevant to a war?
Not really.
Okay.
I got gold while we were talking about the pirates.
Of course you did. You
Greenery?
get- was it?
Greenery?
We heard, was it Jared and Mercedes?
Yeah.
Mercedes. That's a crazy pirate name. Who are you? I'm Mercedes.
I could be the parents' names. Is it the parents?
So, I'm here,
Okay.
and I heard "Welcome back" twice, 2 different ways. And then I heard 6 blocks away, whatever that means.
So with you gotta remember your spirit box is slowed down. So what color is a big red barn? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I don't need the Rudolph the nosed reindeer. I just need the red, right? So you just heard 6 blocks away.
6
I'm
blocks
gonna
away.
write 6 blocks away, but I'm only focused on the 6.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see what's going on.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm just a reporter. You're the interpreter.
That's right. That's why you guys keep me around. You guys were wondering what I was gonna be doing.
I don't think I see anything. Blot.
Yeah, it's been saying lot for a while.
We
It's
are
like-
in a parking lot.
I know, it's been really quiet. It was like, it changed like pretty rapidly while we were walking, but here it's only
Well,
changed.
the reason why I'm asking about the war pieces from that word list is
Yeah.
because this thing did serve in 7 different wars. She has things relevant to one of those wars. So that's why I was wondering, did you have something else to kind of tie
Not
into it?
quite.
So,
But we
and
can ask.
as she was getting closer to the building as well. So
let's go closer
I've
to the
had
building.
psychics like all see a soldier over there, but the weird thing is the soldiers are like in the wrong room.
What was the name of your ship? Gall? Doll. Gall or doll?
Y'all.
Hear that? Hate that? Down? Conversation setting? What was
I don't have motivation, but. Number 17?
5'7"?
83 then.
5'17".
Delta.
Don't jump.
Oh.
That's crazy. Oh, it's next to your phone. That's why. Your phone gives off
Everlasting love.
pings, signals.
Everlasting love, Eddie Money.
I think I heard 5'17".
And those were the words. I'm only
wrote it
saying
down
the
already.
words.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I said, if it was the album 1984, it probably did come out in 1983.
Just gonna follow you.
It likes this spot, but that's
Well, look if I see it. Let me see if I see any fellow beings. No, you can be in it.
a quiet night. No one wants to talk to us.
I know. I guess we scare them off.
Or we're not interesting enough for them.
Yeah. I was hoping we could level with Aunt Bonnie, be like, look.
Solution. Dumb,
Face grabbing?
dumb folks driving? No.
Home?
Jason home. Loan. Wristband. What was the color of your hair?
Do you have any more words, Beyonce?
She's got
You heard
Jason.
a number, 517.
517.
Wristband, Jason home.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know if I'm going slow enough. I'm sorry if I'm not.
Don't let. Do good.
It's interesting. It gets my
Huh?
shadow. It gets the shadows. Yeah.
On your knees.
Baby.
Oh, on your knees?
Dance.
Talking about dancing. Any other
Jason home.
Was there golf or what was it? Gold?
Oh yeah, gall. It was gall.
Gall? Like a seagull?
Huh?
Like a seagull?
Gall. Like,
I don't know. I just heard gall. I don't know which type of gall.
Galloway? Mushroom
I'm
Galloway?
actually excited about that on your knees. So,
On your knees, yeah. I don't know if we're moving or... I don't see anything here.
So, go ahead and put yours on mute. I'm actually excited about the on your knees, simply because I told you we were going to get the lead over from the alley, right? Anybody remember where the doctor was shot?
Oh,
Yeah, see why you guys keep me around? You guys were wondering what the hell I was going to be doing all night. You said you didn't really see much out of that?
I don't see anything,
Go
no.
ahead and hit that stop button. Kind of give it a
Okay.
rest. So, I will tell you that he didn't... Well, there was a couple of things I was actually excited about. Henry Timrod, if you're here, can you give us some...
Heart.
If you're here, give us something about your occupation. We already had one image come through. I'm not sure that it's going to be anything of relevance to you, but I would like for you to give us something.
It was like a building. Do I just say the things I see?
Yep, very simple terms. Building with a tree in the front. That way I can hear what she's saying at the same time. You guys are going to see those images before you leave. Henry, can you push through and tell us something about your occupation?
Lord, David Holt.
Behold.
I'm seeing like flashing lights. It's not like race mode.
Okay. So wait for it to finish creating the image.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys remember his last words. Beholder of brief mortality. She said the word behold. Thank you, Henry, for that. I know it was kind of a vague stretch, but I do like it. You don't always give us things like that. And we do have a word clock that showed up on here. Oh, I'm going to stop right there. Henry, tell us what sound we're hearing. What sound are we getting out of the church right now? Keep an eye on that word list. It will give us the word box. Henry, can you tell us what we just heard out of the church?
Feeling sad.
Okay. Why are you feeling sad?
I got Avery.
Too late.
That's the name of the doctor from Mary.
Oh.
Avery Finger.
Lonely.
Henry, is somebody else here? That's a yes/no question. We're getting clues from both you and Miss Mary Ravenel. That's a yes/no answer. Do you have somebody else here?
Word. Why is he doing it?
Henry, I was trying to start a different conversation than what we normally do. It seems like things are leaking all over.
Girl.
Rapture.
I see a black star, a red star. Big red star. With like an extra point.
Prefrontal cortex.
Hey. See how this can get a little silly? Henry, we're past the month of October.
Got our money.
I know it was a very sad month for you because that's the anniversary of Billy's death and yours. It was very
Unmotivated.
Yes, you were very unmotivated. We're past that time. We're getting into the holidays. We're getting very close to your birthday again. Can you tell us what that day is?
6 men.
What's the date of your birthday? We're looking for more verification that you're actually here.
School district.
Henry, you're all over the place. He was actually a school teacher. That's how he met his wife. Henry, I asked you about your birthday. Can you tell us what month or the day?
Russian.
Oh, no, you are not Russian.
The Russians are here.
Maybe you like
That is
Russian.
reported.
I have the Russian ghosts.
Maybe you like Russian literature.
Henry, did you bring somebody else here with you?
bath.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for the bath. I'll give you that. Henry, let's go into something odd that I don't normally ask about. You have a very distinctive.
There's like an eye that kind of looks like it's a butterfly wing.
Oh, 34.
Definitely a very disturbing image.
Henry,
Not
tell
a
us
fan
what
of
type
it.
of facial hair you have. It's very distinctive. That's how it's easy to tell a photo that it's you. Can you tell us what kind of facial hair you have?
Hospital.
Under about 5 minutes at this point.
This image almost looks like it's
Exceptional. Actress.
like a medical image.
Doc, didn't she just say
Scotland Yard.
hospital or something?
Yeah, she did. And she said prefrontal cortex.
This is also the space I told you.
Specular,
Ryan
yeah.
will come in because his house was literally like a block and a half that way. So we've had him come through.
Idea.
But this could all be relevant too, because based on what you have there with that Avery. Sorry, I have to leave that at 14. Just all the time. So,
Pretty low.
pretty low.
Baby wakes up.
Okay, you want to talk about your son? You want to talk about your son, or am I poking the bear? Your son was only a baby.
Including the maple syrup. Pebble.
Henry, we're running out.
Location.
We're running out of time.
I see something that almost looks like a person in like a big hat, like a witch hat in the corner, and then like a big tree.
043.
Probably 843. That's what we're here
Film. Picturing someone doing this.
for. Henry, let's put this conversation in your hands. I usually ask about your wife, the war, your writing. You did give us a few terms. The word word,
Get in a fight with your spouse.
behold. I'll take those as signs that you're here. But I want to know who else came with you.
Hold down the fort. I don't know.
Faith.
Henry, would you like us to go home?
Handcrafted. Revolution, sorry. Requirements. Thank you.
Probably should put it on.
Buffalo, Springfield.
Henry, would you like us to leave you alone and go home? It's kind of a chilly one.
Access. What I do.
No other images coming through?
No,
Just want to make sure you didn't fall asleep.
this is
Christmas.
kind of sparse.
Son was born on Christmas.
7 day.
True.
Imagine it. Talk back.
So can you tell me if you were born in December?
Or me.
It's a yes, no question. Were you born in December as well? They were both born in December. They both died.
Proud.
It's a small crowd. There's nobody else here. It's just us.
This.
Henry, we would like one more
Or
image
it's just the same.
before we wrap this up. Go to the green box
Start with the lowest dose.
or doctor's.
The doctors are all here today.
Go to the green box. Give us some type of image to show us who came with you.
Our writer producer.
We would like an image before we about the average for a 10-minute time.
Yeah.
I've had other nights where we've had like 12. But I've had other nights where we've had like 0. There was also a day.
Maybe.
Henry,
I feel like just give me one more image. I believe in this ghost. Yes,
come on,
ghost.
Henry. You've given me a lot of little clues. You said we're baby twice. A couple things about your job. Christmas. You guys caught that Christmas piece, right?
Yep.
He was born on Christmas Eve.
And all the doctor ones.
All the
Oh wow,
doctors
I
got
see like a black man figure shadow
shadow figures.
standing on a rock, and there's like lightning in the background.
Ooh.
Service.
And the guy's like opening and closing his hands.
Yeah, it's gonna look like it's moving. It's
Oh,
generating
yeah.
an image.
Sure.
Can you give us a time era of when it's from? Does it look like a specific time era? Modern day?
Birthday.
Henry, I've asked you about your birthday several times. What month is it in?
No matter what.
What month is your birthday?
You're playing.
It's always his birthday.
Come on, Henry. We're gonna wrap it up.
Heroin story. My world.
Are you trying to tell us to get out of your world?
Or his son was his world.
Could be. I like that. And that word list has been
Sound.
okay, Henry. We're gonna call it.
Wait.
Tap her on the leg.
12 steps.
12. Lots of little clues. All right, peel that thing off your face, Sonia. Let's take a look at these images. Both ladies, don't get up. Turn down your spirit box.
Oh.
Um,
Should I turn off the
yeah, go ahead
camera?
and hit the stop.